If you wear hearing aids, you know that good test results is key to good fitting. But ask yourself this, am I hearing as well as I could be with my hearing aids? If you've been told by your provider that your hearing aids are set perfectly, but you're still struggling to hear, this video is for you. Because there's one critical programming procedure that determines whether hearing aids actually work the way they're supposed to. And what's crazy is that most people never get this procedure done. It's called real ear verification or measurement. Hi, I'm Matt Murphy, retired audiologist with 20 years as a private practice owner and founder of Ear Hero, the world's first micro speaker earpiece used by law enforcement. This channel is called Sound Solution, and whether you're exploring your first hearing aid or have been wearing hearing aids for years, I hope to help you understand what's actually happening and what you can do about it. Today I'm going to explain what real ear measurements are, why they matter more than brand or price of hearing aid, and why skipping them is one of the biggest reasons people hate their hearing aids. Here's a hard truth most clinics won't say out loud. Two people with the same hearing test using the same hearing aid with the same settings will hear completely different. Why? Because every hearing canal is different. The length, the shape, the diameter, how sound resonates inside it. And hearing aids don't deliver sound into a machine, they deliver sound into your ear. If your provider never measures what sound is actually reaching your eardrum, well, they're just guessing. And it may be an educated guess, but it's still guessing. Real ear measurement is sometimes called REM or probe mic testing. It's the only real way to verify how a hearing aid is performing inside your ear. Here's what happens. A tiny microphone is placed gently inside your ear canal. Don't worry, it's tiny, soft little tube, and you won't even know it's there. You will hear some calibration sounds, and your provider should tell you to remain quiet to get the correct readings. The hearing aid goes on top of it, and speech-like sounds are played through a speaker. The system measures in real time exactly how much sound reaches your eardrum at every one of the frequencies. Not what the software predicts, not what the manufacturer assumes, but what's actually happening in your ear. This turns hearing aid fitting from an opinion into a science. Most hearing aids start with something called the first fit. That's where the software uses your hearing test, your age, and an average ear model to calculate the settings determined by the device manufacturer. First fit can get close and the provider can make this sound really impressive, but there's the reality. First fits are almost always wrong. And it can be off by as much as 10 or 15 dB, maybe even more. That may not sound like much, but in hearing it's massive. Depending on the frequency, too soft a sound can mean speech is unclear, and too loud a sound can mean everything is harsh and tinny. And without real ear measurements, no one truly knows how the hearing aids are meeting your prescription. Over the years of my practice, I saw the same pattern over and over. A patient would come into the office with a hearing aid purchased from some other provider, and they were still struggling. The other provider would tell them, you'll get used to it, or your brain just needs time, or that's as good as we can get it. It was frustrating, and the real problem was simple. The hearing aids were never verified. When we ran real ear measurements and adjusted the aids to match the evidence-based targets, people would often say, they didn't do this when I bought these aids, and oh, that's what they're supposed to sound like. Fitting the hearing aids with real ear verification is extremely important for noisy environments like restaurants or family gatherings and meetings, because these are the hardest situations for hearing aid users. They're actually where real ear measurements matter the most. If high-frequency speech sounds aren't hitting the right levels at your eardrum, consonants disappear, words blur together, your brain works overtime, that leads to listening fatigue, frustration, and withdrawal. Real ear measurements help ensure speech cues are actually audible and not just theoretically programmed. Here are some of the myths I heard in my practice. Only expensive clinics do real ear. It's not true. The equipment is widely available across the industry. However, the equipment is not cheap, so if a provider is not invested in real ear verification equipment, they're simply taking a shortcut, and unfortunately at your expense. I've also heard my hearing aids are premium, so it's automatic. This is also false. Premium hearing aids still need verification. All the automatic features in the world are only as good as the fitting of the hearing aid. This one drove me crazy. My provider said it was optional. Maybe it's optional for the provider, but it's not optional for the best results. Major audiology organizations have recommended real ear verification for decades, and some states even require verification as a license requirement. So why would clinics skip this, you ask? Well, because it takes time, it requires skill, the equipment is expensive to purchase, and patients don't know how to ask for it. So how do you know if your hearing aids were fit with real ear verification? Well, ask yourself this. Did they place a little tiny microphone probe in your ear canal while the hearing aid was in? Did you hear sounds played from a speaker in front of you while you were wearing the hearing aid? It sounds like static or garbled speech sometimes. Did they show you a graph comparing your hearing target and your hearing aid's actual output? If not, most likely you did not receive real ear measurements. So what should you say at your next appointment? Well, here's the exact phrase you can use. I'd like my hearing aids verified with real ear measurements to match prescriptive targets. If they say they don't do it, well, that tells you something important both about your hearing aids and how they're fit to you and the professionalism of your provider. Here's the bottom line. Real ear measurements don't make hearing aids themselves fancy or better. They make them more accurate and customized to you. They reduce guesswork, they reduce frustration, and they dramatically increase the chance you'll actually benefit from your devices. As long as real ear measurement is being done, the brand of the hearing aid matters less and the price matters less. The actual verification is what matters the most. Many times in my practice, I've seen cheaper hearing aids fit with real ear verification outperform a top-of-the-line hearing aid fit with first fit. Just remember, you may not need new hearing aids, you just need hearing aids that are properly fit. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. It really helps so others can get this information as well. If you'd like me to discuss a specific topic, leave a comment below.